Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Last episode, we did a huge amount of investigation. Yeah, I mean, huge. Even met Miss Lady over here. So now, this episode, we're gonna continue onwards towards the experimental stage. And let's get started. Let's continue. "23rd of October, the Great Exhibition Grounds." Ooh, a doggy! Ooh, doggy! I had no idea there were so many people in the world. I know what you mean. It really packed here yet today. Feels as though it's taken us 2 hours just to make our way through the crowds to this point. Has it? I shut my brain down, but I so didn't really notice, to be honest. Gosh, I do wish I had your absence of mind sometimes, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, there you are. I had a feeling you would show your mugs before long. Gregson. Oh, Inspector Gregson! I see you're hard at work as usual.
Warm greeting to you. I do hope you've been keeping well since we last met.
It's all with the ceremony. We just saw each other in court this morning.
I do not you, Sunshine, the gentlewoman at so loyally at your side.
Oh, I thank you, Inspector. So good of you to notice.
He might be a bit
Rough around the edges, but he's still a proper English gentleman at heart, I suppose. As you probably guessed, we were hoping to investigate the scene some more.
Right, well, that's the young trainee's domain. Oi, get over here, Gina!
Doggy. Oh, it's a doggy. It's so cute. Seems to be playing with a puppy. Probably gave me the traditional East End training. Gina, she must be a police officer. She's a police officer now? Amazing, isn't it?
She's a good cat, actually. Heart's in the right place, actually. Anyway, she got the detective bug, if you ask me. Yep, I think she'll follow in my footsteps nicely.
What do you mean?
I'm being transferred. Time for me to say the toodoo to London.
Oh no, really? That's a bit sudden, isn't it? I had no idea. Where are you going to be posted then? We'll come to see how you're getting along.
Haha, not likely, but you're welcome to try. If you don't mind a trip to France, that is.
To France?
I'll be working to Paris Police Prefecture. Should be right up my alley.
But France is an entirely different country. I don't understand. Why do you have to be sent there? Scotland Yard.
That's the way of adulthood works, Sunshine. Don't go poking your nose where it's not wanted. I'm intending to take the kid with me when I go.
What? Honey? Taking Gina to Paris?
Well, I can't leave her here in London. Who knows what become of her?
I suppose she's worried about she's slipping back into her hands into people's pockets and purses. I don't think he's worried about her pickpocketing, Mr. Naruhodo. I think he's worried about the Reaper. Oh, of course. So that's playing on Inspector Gregson's mind too, is it? The Reaper.
Anyway, I've been mentioning this to Gina, so don't go blabbing, you hear me?
No, of course not.
I'll keep that diamond diva safe and sound. Until all this is over, at least.
Doggy. Oi, did you just call me the Blue Wind Diva again?
So you heard that, did ya? Well, right, well, any question about the scene, you can put him to my capable defense detective diva here.
Ooh. Alright, you're the boss. Inspector Lestrange in charge of you now. I suppose I better keep my word and not mention anything about Paris. Gina, you've got a new dog, have you? Oh, look at the eyes! Isn't he great? Toby's name. Oh, how delightful! He's absolutely adorable. Yes, the dog does seem lovely. It's not the lovely Inspector Gregson that's playing on my mind, to be honest. That's the green balloon, isn't it? It really was a green balloon. Here's the scorching on the ground that you mentioned. Yeah, that's what left the green balloon's envelope. It's clear evidence of the balloon that exploded on the day of the incident. Poor Professor Harebrain. I do feel sorry for him that his dreams had been shattered like this. Someone's well entrusted to burst his bubble, as it were. That's not funny now. Ouch. I'm a bad person. Yes! Why would you say that? That is the intention of a bad person. Ah, so the Crystal Tower. I can't believe I'm seeing such close proximity with my own eyes. You've really been looking forward to the great exhibition, haven't you, Mrs. Sato? And when I found out I had to return to Japan, I'm afraid I'm cursed my luck. But here you are, back in London, gazing up at the magnificent tower. I know. Perhaps that was wrong to curse my luck so harshly. Oh, look, a flying balloon. I've never seen one in the flesh before. Can't understand how they can fly, and so high up as well. And think up the view, Mr. Naruto. You must be able to see for miles and miles. I do it. Think of it. It terrifies me, and I mean it would be a certain death if you fell out. I'm sure they're perfectly safe. After all, they've been invented by some of the brightest minds in the world. Let's not forget that we know at least one has exploded. I'm sure there are other ways to fly. Is there anything else? Is there really anything else? What a shame that the symbolic landmark of the Great Exhibition has been damaged like that. Yes, unfortunately, the birdcage crashed in the most prominent position. It's the gods giving us a warning, if you ask me. Must travel on his own steam and not cut corners in a scene. But imagine what might happen if the birdcage had landed slightly different location. The death toll could have been far worse. It could have landed on the public Pepe hens. So I think those plaques are blessing the skies. Well, the gods are benevolent, obviously. You'd say it was just a warning. Man must travel under his own steam, or next time bird cages will rain down on all of you. Your faith is much stronger than I realized. Well, how do you think I passed the entrance exam for Yume University? It wasn't by studying alone. Alright. Let's talk to Gina now. Investigating the scene. Gina? Were you actually hoping that we could investigate the scene again? Yeah, alright. It's around here, you can do what you like. Oh, that's alright, is it? I'm gonna be playing with me for a new friend here. Yes, Toby. Woo, it's so cute! The machine that exploded must be the top of those stairs, I presume. I haven't actually seen it yet, so if you don't mind. Sorry, you can't go up there, Suze. Oh? If it's like I told Odo yesterday, I ain't even allowed near that wreck. What's it called again? The reason we can't are supposed to touch it is the special dispensation for scientific. Is that what you were thinking of? That's the one. That's why I only told them a lot are allowed to investigate it. That's what they called again. The forensic something. The forensic something. No. The forensic investigation team. Is that what you're thinking of? Oh yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Well, isn't that the case that the special dispensation has been lifted? I think so. I don't really get it, but to be truthful with you, you're supposed to get permission from some bigwig as far as I know. What was his name again? Lord Strange something? I'm not sure that's quite right, Gina. I think you mean Lord Strongheart, perhaps? Oh yeah, that's the one, yeah. Apparently he's always watching the time or something. Actually, we've just recently been able to see Lord Strongheart. Hey, you what? You met him? Last time the boss was called in to see him, he waited for 30 hours at the club's office and came back sniveling. Tragic. Well, Lord Strong has given us permission to examine the scene as long as we touch nothing. Oh yeah? Honestly? Alright then, go ahead. If it turns out you're lying, it'll be the boss who gets it. He'll never eat another chip again in its life. So you're still saying it's above board, are ya? I'm sure everything will be fine. That really would be tragic. Alright then, them's the stairs, off you go. Oh, thank you, Gina. It was great wearing it. I had a right laugh. It was a new one on me, that. You know, we were even in court and not spending the whole time worrying about be found out. You did keep an awful lot of secrets in your previous court appearances, did you? Oh yeah? So all those made things hard for me and every single time and all. Just doing my job, Gina. But watching someone else get in the neck is a lot of fun, actually. It was amazing when you showed that dodgy professor's dodgy experiment was a total fix. The dodgy professor, as you put it, Gina, is Mr. Naruto's client. Yes, I'm starting to wish he wasn't, though. It's the boss I feel sorry for, sent off to do the impossible. Pepe Hens! He wanted to show off his experiment, only to realize it was just for money. For money! Oh, that's so sad. What do you mean? He's supposed to be the rest of the other Cove, ain't he? Any time for tomorrow and all. You know, the dodgy engineer, what's his name again? Mr. Drebber, you mean. Enoch Drebber. Yeah, that's the one, yeah, even though he has a stupid name. So the police are looking for this mysterious man with a black monocle. I guess they would be. Oh no. He's putting us too much effort on the boss. If you ask me, he's giving him a gut ache. Oh dear, but I do wonder. Isn't that actually from the fried food? Engineer's whereabouts. So Scotland Yard are trying to track down Mr. Enoch Drebber. I wonder if they had any luck. He's funny, little funny looking, got 2 eyes, what don't match. Still glimpse of a picture of him earlier. I mean, I didn't actually pinch in or nothing. The old devil's got it. Sorry? Who? Oh yeah, that old Scotting Leaper that always scugging down glasses to blooded plunk. Oh, Lord Von Seeks. You've always had it for me, yeah. That Cove, don't know what he's going sculling about mind. Bobby would have been a pretty good boss as it goes. She'd rather be a Reaper's apprentice than a detective trainee. The way I see it, there's the choice between a chipling guzzling detective and a chalice guzzling demigod. We are equally badly off with both. I suppose you're right. I ain't that thought of it like that. Glad we put that one to bed. Anyway, the point is, everyone at the yard's dead set on fighting the fishy engineer. But don't seem to be no clues to go on, so they're stuck. There's nothing that could lead us to Drebber at all. Toby the dog. Where'd you find that little mutt then, Gina? Oi, don't be so flaming rude, Odo. Slight overreaction, don't you think? Ain't he no mutt, alright? Toby's how did he put it? Oh yeah, bona fide detective? Sorry? I'm giving it a proper title and everything. Chief Inspector Toby to you. More senior than Inspector Gregson, is he? Oh, he's such a police dog, is he? You know, it's funny how that dog, I feel like that dog will probably be more useful than the entire staff of Scotland Yard. God, those people are incompetent. Like, seriously. They couldn't realize that the metal frickin' thing was already here and not at the Crystal Tower. The police dogs recruit dogs now? I heard everything they're being used in fishing in Germany as part of their police city policing. They're used for chasing criminals and such like. They have a wonderful sense of smell after all. I have a fairly good sense of smell myself as it happens. Look at the undergarments have been freshly laundered from the undergarments that haven't. Huh, that's nothing compared to this little fella, Odo. Oh, really? According to what the boss said, once Toby here's got a good whiff of your drawers, He could chase that scent to the other side of the world. Nani? To the other side of the world, you mean? He could swim? Mr. Naruhodo, I think you may have missed the point by rather a wide margin. Or I think you might be might be degenerate right now. No? I just can't believe this little dog has such an incredible skill. I'm telling you, Odo, there's gonna be more of those dogs that are doing their bit for the police in the future. Yes, I agree. Right, one of these days we'll be barking orders to the slot, not the other way around. Oh dear, sorry, Gina. I don't think I agree with that vision that much. But anyway, once you think about that, Toby's here's the first police dog. So I found out on the East End the other day and I'm gonna have to check him out on the street. There you go, I knew she lifted him from somewhere. Oh, Jean, you're such a kind sort, aren't you, to children and animals? Okay. Alright, let's go to the stairs. Alright, we got ourselves a proper way to explore. Finally. We need to keep touching grass. Oh my, so this is the machine that was used to deceive people into thinking instantaneous kinesis is taking place. Yes, that's right. Or rather, it was the machine. It's a little worse for wear at the moment. But extraordinary lengths Professor Harebrain went to order to obtain the research grant. No, the professor was strict as well. He didn't know anything about it. Oh yes, of course. It was amazing though, isn't it? The scale of the whole affair is so very British. You're right about that. You never see such a grand deception in Japan, that's for sure. Oh look, is that... Von Zeeks? Lord Von Zeeks. So, I think we're more or less done here, aren't we? Shall we, Mrs. Already? He is the Reaper, remember? We do well to keep our distance, I think. But we have permission to be in here from the top. We're perfectly well to allow to explore, investigate the machine, as long as we don't touch anything. From the top? Do you mean Lord Strongheart? Exactly. So we can stay here and stare at the wrist records for so long as we like. She could have been at the center of the explosion here and wouldn't be bent her steel will. Let us explore the area. Oh, isn't it exhilarating? It's all this different architecture from all corners of the world. It does make you feel like an explorer, doesn't it? I know it's all subjective, but the onion-shaped roofs have rather caught my attention personally. I haven't seen these things since Bravely Default 2, if I gotta be honest. It is subjective, isn't it? Japanese buildings with their wood and paper construction have excellent ventilation, and I've realized that British buildings being made from brick and stone are very strong and long-lasting. The more you know about how things are done in other countries, the more you understand your own, I feel. Oh yes, I agree with you there. But I can't help but wondering what an onion does for the roof of a building. I mean, I suppose it's plain on my mind because I don't like the taste of onions. You really ought to let your taste in vegetables dictate your taste in roofs, Master Hoda. I hear that a ride on the Ferris wheel is a favorite romantic outing among your London couples. I think the romance would be slightly spoilt by the abject of terror, personally. And then I'm not a Londoner. Are you a little scared of heights, Mr. Naruhodo? It's not that I'm scared. I'm not scared at all. It's just staying on the ground is much more safer. Well, perhaps I have asked Iris Sholmes and Mr. Sholmes a company on that case. When you put it like that, part of me does want to give it a try. Oh boy. Oh dear, it's complicated for you, isn't it? Oh boy. What a terrible explosion it must have been. Even Even the steel girders had buckled, twisted in the blast. And what they called a birdcage was right in the middle of it all, just here. But look, Mr. the metal grill on the floor. It looks as though it's designed to open. It does, doesn't it? The floor had opened at the precise moment the explosion occurred. The birdcage could have just dropped through and disappeared from sight. I don't think there's any doubt there was a very elaborate hoax, is there? I'm predicting this. I'm assuming that the explosion activated itself, and then as soon as things were smoky, boom, the person disappeared from sight. But the question is, how? This wasn't here yesterday. Really, if I'm not mistaken. It's the cage in which the victim was standing before he was apparently beamed through the air. That's right, the birdcage, according to what Professor Harebrain said in court, is made of wood. Well, more precisely, Japanese cypress, I think. Despite having been an explosion and falling from a great height, it's relatively unharmed. What wonderfully durable construction, wouldn't you say, Mr. Naruhodo? I understood that from the forensic team had taken away yesterday to examine it. I suppose they must have brought it back here when they finished their work. But sadly, not with the bloody inside. No, that's right. I know we're giving strict instructions not to touch anything, but still. This is all too important for a piece of evidence to overlook. We might need it for the trial. One last thing. However much I look at them, I just can't come to terms with these Tamari handballs floating in the sky. You've been glaring at them constantly since we came up here. I'm sorry, the feelings of wanting to ride on one and wanting never to set foot in one are fighting it outside inside me. If you don't look where you're walking, you might fall from the stage. I don't think I'd notice. That's how fiercely the battle inside me is raging. I think you should make peace with riding on one, Mr. Naruhodo. It would make it very much safer that way. Look at that horn-shaped transmitting device, isn't it amazing? That's exactly what I thought when I first saw it. Makes you think, doesn't it? If only it had just been a normal horn, none of this would have happened. That's almost exactly what I thought as well. I bet I can predict what you're going to say next in that case. You're about to say, nothing is ever goes to plan, aren't you? Oh no, I would never say something like that. Alright. Let's talk to Von Zeeks. Least approachable man in the world, winner. 10 years in a row. Be strong, Mr. Naruhodo. Your country and your assailants stand firm behind you. Lord Von Zeeks. He's quiet so far. Nunny. Well... Beautiful weather we're having, isn't it? Oh, that is such a dies of cringe moment right there. So that's so dies of cringe right now. I thought I was making it very clear that I didn't want to be disturbed. But apparently you Nipponis are unequipped to read the signs. Oh, I read them. So, what are you doing here? Entry to this area is prohibited. Well, the thing is... Lord Chief Justice Strongheart granted us permission to investigate, on the condition that we didn't disturb anything. And yet you managed to disturb me. Never mind. State your business, then. Come to think of it, there are quite a few things I'd like to ask Lord Von Zeeks about. Not least of which that is that awful case, even though it's nothing to do with this. Ask away, Mr. Naruhodo. You won't know unless you try. Your butter Clint. So, Clint. What's the name of your older brother, I understand? Lord Von Zeeks?
You Nipponese. I always have to be on guard when you're around. So you've been investigating me, have you?
Oh, no, it's not like that. Well, alright, it is a bit like that.
My older brother was also a prosecutor. He was the pride of the Von Zeeks family. But tragically, a vicious killer took him from us.
The professor, you mean? Is something funny?
That's the extent of what you've discovered, is it? I shouldn't be surprised.
Sorry, there's more to it then.
Lackluster work is very much your trademark, isn't it?
You're too kind. Are you going to tar all Nipponese with that same brush again? Next?
So tell me, what is your interest in that historic incident?
As it happens, Lord Von Zeeks, there's a rather curious case to come to our attention. Are you aware of the Madame Two-Spell's Museum of Waxwork by any chance?
I am, naturally. I believe that since last month, I featured in one of the displays there for public scorn.
Of course, the infamous Reaper ability would have been exhibited, wouldn't he? Well, particular waxwork has been stolen from the place and held for some ransom.
A particular waxwork? Which? Wait, you mean...
Yes, it's the professor. This Sholmes is investigating the case as we speak.
I was unaware of that.
I'm very curious what the professor has anything to do with the current trial we're in right now. Or it's turned white as a sheet. Are the police trying to locate the engineer, Mr. Drebber, already?
Surely that goes without saying. We're very keen to see him found as well.
Trouble is we don't have much to go on from the description. From the man we heard in court earlier. Which, according to the Professor Harebrain, was of a tall, thin gentleman who has straight light hair and wears a black monocle. So I was just wondering, I mean, I realize it's probably not possible, but, we very much appreciate any more clues you can give us. Wow, Susato-san really knows how to take the bull by the horns, very straightforward. You can't hesitate, Naruhodo. You really can't hesitate.
Fine, why not? I have a photograph of the man here from an investigation 10 years ago. Though it appears to me I already got the black monocle at the time.
Nutty. Oh, no, nothing. I was just surprised that you shared with that with us.
We all need the man's testimony in court tomorrow, which means we have to do everything we possibly can to track him down in the short time available. So why don't I show you the photograph?
What is it about Lord Von Zeeks? Something I just can't work him out at all. Black monocle? Oh yeah, you're Prodigy.
The file I requested for it at our trial tomorrow. Thank you.
Are you alright? Who is this man, Mr. Naruhodo? Lord Von Zeek's apprentice, apparently. So I'm not the only one. Susato-san can see it too. Lord Von Zeeks, may we speak with your apprentice for a moment? No.
With him? Why?
Kazuma-sama. Huh? The fuck? Kazuma? I don't believe it. Your posture, your presence, can be only be. It's you, isn't it, Kazuma-san? He lived? No, I refuse to believe it. He literally got pushed and broke his neck. There's no way he would live, unless it was a cover-up. Unless Sholmes knows something. Too much to go on. We need the facts straight from this person. Felt something strange the very first time I encountered this cloaked figure. As if I knew him somehow. Can it really be you, Kazuma? But wait! Too late.
What's going on here?
Your apprentice.
What is your interest in my apprentice exactly? You act as if you know the man or something.
Well, since when is he in your care? I don't recall you having an apprentice before I left Britain 6 months ago.
Lord Strongheart introduced him to me about 3 months ago now, with instructions to mentor him as a prosecutor. But he didn't tell you why, did he? The man appears to be suffering from amnesia. He's forgotten every last detail about himself.
He has amnesia?
Tomorrow, he would appear in court at my side.
Nani?
He's to serve as my judicial assistant on Lord Strongheart's orders.
He'd be in court with us?
Now then, unless I'm mistaken, I believe this conversation has run its course.
Oh, yes, thank you. If we saw a reaction there. And Susato-san called out like that really seemed to hit a nerve. She called out Kazuma-sama. You already met that masked man, hadn't you, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, yesterday, in fact, at Lord Von Zeke's office. I see. And if Kazuma-sama really is alive, it means that Mr. Sholmes lied to us. I know. We're going to need to speak to him about us. At that. Sholmes! Did he really lie to us? He's the one who himself confirmed he was dead, but... Is it really true that he lied to us? He's hiding hounds at the Baskervilles. And now he's hiding about this one? Damn it. Sholmes is really trying to, like... Oh my god, what are you trying to do, Sholmes?
You're going to have to leave now. The forensic investigation team are due to arrive shortly. If they find you here, it will cause problems.
What sort of problems?
Foreign affair problems.
Well, we could do without that. Alright, we'll be on our way. Let's go, Mr. Sato. Well, of course. Alright. I believe next is Madame Two Spells. Oh my, no wonder it's called the House of the Horrors. I like to turn on my heels and go straight home via the confectionery. Being scared makes you crave sweets, I can understand that. I was looking forward to a reunion after 6 months away, but... there's no sign of Mr. Sholmes anywhere. That's strange. He should be here investigating the abduction of the waxwork. Oh, I suppose we'll have to come back again later. Alright, let's explore a bit of the area. Oh, what a horrifying scene, a murder caught in a grisly act. I know, and in case you were wondering, it's the one with the big knives that's supposed to be the killer. I don't think anybody would be in doubt about that, surely. Do you know, according to the description, the bathtub at the back has no particular significance? Nani, really? I would have thought it was meant to show that the killer also worked in the bathhouse peddling criminal wares. Aha, now we have a new theory. The villain. I like the role of the villain. I don't like the role of fucked up villains, but I like the role of the smart villains. Ah yes, heavy curtains in the middle of the House of Horrors. Whatever's on the other side, and you just don't know it's gonna be terrifying, don't it, you? The sign says, the Madame Two-Spell's special exhibit. You have to pay extra to go inside. I know, can't you believe that? Pay more money as if we've already been scared enough already. It's not my doing, Mr. Naruhodo. The old policeman isn't here now, obviously. I still can't believe he just happened to be on the jury, though. I understood that London has a population of 6 million people, and yet... You do seem to run into the same people. Disproportionately often, don't you? The postures one reveals his weakness. Sorry. The killer's stance leaves him wide open to attack. I'm quite sure you could see him off. With a Susato takedown, a Susato squash, and finally a Susato smash. What? 3 moves of Susatos in a row! Right. And if it doesn't render the culprit unconscious, a Susato slam should finish him. A Susato slam? With 4 Susato moves? I'm sorry, it's rather hard to explain. Leave yourself open slightly and I'll demonstrate. Absolutely not, please. I would really rather not get hurt at a time like this. Ladder. Ah, there's a step ladder there, look. Oh, yes, step ladder. I think perhaps we should let the proprietress know that someone left it out. The step ladder, I mean. Is something wrong? Why do I feel as though I just managed to sidestep an argument? Oh, we got an achievement. Oh, that's nice. Is there anything else here? Do we have everything? I want to sure if we have everything. Not particular note. I really want to know if we missed anything. It really does bother me. It doesn't seem like we missed anything. Let me try or go again. Let's try one more time. Let me like I'm very lost right now. Are we sure we're not missing anything? Let me check the court record. Oh yeah, we haven't investigated this, have we? Ah, look here, Mr. Sato. Oh yes, that's the wood's cracked and broken a little. Suppose it fell from such a height? Yes, from the height at which the balloon was flying, it down the crystal tower about below. Or about 30 feet, or about 9 meters. Leaving the man inside tragically is dead. I will say it's pretty creepy to see such a thing that the person was in. I do wonder, why is it broken? Okay, you know what? I'm fucking searching it up. What am I missing? Because it does seem I'm missing something. Oh! Fuck me. I have to present this. Yeah, I have to present this. About this, Gina. Oh yeah, I'm learning me letters at the moment. I only know A to E if it ain't too much bleeding trouble. Actually, Gina, it's the back of the card that's important. Eh? How come? There's just a dirty old smudge on the back, that's all. It's very French quality French machine oil. It's a very particular scent, apparently. You don't say? Have a whiff then? You sure? I don't smell nothing? No, we didn't mean you should smell it. Alright. You mean Toby. Oh yeah, Toby. His sense of smell is so good he can track people over the oceans, can't he? Professor Harebrine informs us that his oil is unique to Mr. Drebber's workshop. I think he's picked up a scent. So you mean he follows the scent of this oil? Toby can lead us to this dodgy cove's workshop. I'm about to throw up, sorry. That's right, that's what we were hoping. Alright then, we'll give it a go. Guess I'll just borrow that. Wait, when did you... Want a pickpocket? If I can lend everyone to the Drebber's workshop, it'll be the boss's boss before next week. Oh yes, Gina. I'm sure you'll be promoted. Poor Gregson. Alright, Odo, leave it to me. Alright, sorry. We're going after the dodgy engineer cove right this minute. But hang on, someone's supposed to be on guard duty here all the time. I'm afraid we can't help. We need to get on investigation as well, Gina. Oh, alright. Oh well, never mind. It ain't gonna be what's gonna get its neck. It'll be the boss. Poor Gregson again. Oh, I guess still find the place, I guess. Ready, Toby? Get that oil scent, have you? Come on then, boy. See you later. I guess we'll have to come back. I do hope the scent of that oil leads them to some swindler's workshop. Yes, I hope so too. Nearly before the dog swims across the channel to France. Well, I think we've done all the investigating we can here for now. I think we could just determine the we're about to Mr. Drebber. I'm sure Gina and little Toby won't let us down. Now then. Yeah, I think we ought to right to speak with Mr. Sholmes at this point. Discuss I'm dying to meet him again after all these months. Yes, it's quite possible he might know something useful. You're right. You have to find out Madame Two Spells. He's supposed to be working there as a temporary waxwork exhibit. Yes, Iris told me about this latest unusual venture. Alright. Now the game tells us to go here. Fucking game. I already explored everything. Here we are again, at the House of Horrors. I'm afraid I haven't gotten used to the place yet. I still like to turn on my heels and go straight home, via the confectionery, of course. Susato-san really is after something sweet today, isn't she? Eek! What's the matter? Look, Master Naruhodo, look at that waxwork. I'm quite sure it wasn't there before. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Sholmes! It looks like exactly like Mr. Sholmes down to the very last detail. Aha. What is it? I'm sorry. I think you'll find that's the temporary waxwork himself. Ah, the friend of my dedicated employee. Ah, yes, hello again, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I must say I'm quite spellbound by the great detective. He is a marvel. My precious waxwork is already back where it belongs. You don't mean... but yes, the mystery's solved already. Wow, Mr. Sholmes can really engage his brain when he's hungry enough. So as you can see, he has returned to his habitual duties. Yes. His habitual duties? Allures. Do not disturb, Poor Susato-san, she looks very perplexed. Alright, can we talk to you? I guess we can't, can we? Alright, we might as well bother Mr. Sholmes right now. Fuck that. We really do need to speak with Mr. Sholmes, and I am longing to say hello again. But where is he? I am face-palming right now. I think you might find that he's quite nearby, actually. Oh. What do you... Indeed, my dear fellows, it is I! The world-famous detective in the waxwork, Sherlock Sholmes! Susato-san! Susato-san! No! No! She's dead, sir. She's dead. No! My most humble apologies. I thought I had died and gone into eternal paradise for a moment via London. My dearest madam, allow me to make amends by offering you a tasty free deduction at some point. As long as it's not questionable street food quality. I don't understand. Why are you working as a waxwork here, Mr. Sholmes? Merely a secret identity, you understand, though my case is largely solved now. Largely solved? We're talking about the waxwork abduction, I presume. Indeed, we are, my good fellow. As I predicted, it was easy as proverbial pie. Though I must confess, I have yet to take part of a pie, proverbial or otherwise, or any food so far take for the matter. You are starving. Rubber about the whole museum, blah blah blah. So how did you manage to solve it so quickly? Ah, well, do remember what I said was largely solved. Anyway, I simply negotiated with the culprit. Are you familiar with the so-called telephone? Oh yes, it's a most modern invention allowing you to hold a special conversation with people far away. The telephone. In Japan, only the imperial capital and a handful of other cities are connected as yet. This morning a telephone call was received from the perpetrator of the abduction. As such, I was able to negotiate terms, and in the end, the waxwork was returned. That's amazing. It's between you and I. It would appear that the culprit had always intended to return to the stolen waxwork in any event. Oh, but I thought whoever was responsible had demanded a ransom, no? Yes, I think perhaps. The ransom demand was necessary to avoid unwanted suspicion regarding the true motive. But does that not mean your negotiation was entirely unnecessary? In fact, I must ask you to keep from Madame Two spells at all costs. And hungry young Iris waits my return to Baker Street after all. Poor Iris. Now then, do I sense that you have some business with this great waxwork? Alright, fine. What do you want? We're in the process of trying to track somebody down. Oh! Yes, a man by the name of Enoch Drebber. He's a swindler who duped Professor Harebrain and the engineer who built the kinesis machine. A swindler and an engineer. Quite the modern man. He also seems to be a conjurer of sorts too, with his considerable knowledge of stage magic. We need to locate him before the trial resumes tomorrow morning. But we have so few clothes. Oh wait, we have so few to go on, that's true. Do you have any good ideas? I have no data yet. It is a capital mistake to have good ideas before one has any data. If I knew something of the man's appearance at least, I may be in a better position to help. Yes, Drebber's appearance. Fortunately for you, however, presently I have little to occupy myself and little to fill my stomach. As soon as you find any clue, no matter how small, I should gladly give you my thoughts on it. Cosma. Mr. Sholmes, did you lie to us? Music stop. My dear Naro, say out of that piercing stare, what is this about? Last winter, when we were first on our way to Britain aboard the steamship. Yeah, your words were very clear. So then, let us unravel this mystery and discover what events led to this curious murder. You told us that it was murder, and you examined Cosmo-sama's body. Indeed, and wherein lies the problem? We met him earlier today. The victim, Kazuma Asogi. Dead people, you're quite sure? He was wearing some sort of mask and was apparently suffering from amnesia. But yes, I'm quite sure. It was Kazuma-sama. You must have known all that time, Sholmes, that he wasn't actually dead. Well, I can only assume we're swept up in the murderous atmosphere of the moment. But the fellow wasn't dead at all. Priceless. I don't suppose that performance would pass muster, would it, Mr. Naruhodo? I could believe that the crewman present at the time made a mistake. But not you, Mr. Sholmes. I will now tell you something of the first importance, my dear fellow. Great detectives are wont to lie. It won't serve you well to remember that. Please, Mr. Sholmes. Tomorrow in court, you'll find yourself on the threshold of a great mystery. But now I'm afraid that is all I can say. Alright. You want a picture, right? I'll give you a picture. Here, Mr. Sholmes, would you like to cast your eyes over this photographic print? It's of Mr. Enoch Drebber, the face of the engineer we seek. Well, all instruments look broadly the same, of course. To look at the photograph won't be particularly instructive. Are you alright, Mr. Sholmes? Yes, forgive me. You're very interesting very interesting indeed. What are you hiding? What's wrong, Mr. Sholmes? You turned quite pale all of a sudden. I have a suggestion, Mr. Naruto. Would you indulge me? Well, what is it? Explain when you arrived. The missing waxwork has been returned. I personally saw an exhibit from which it was taken behind those thick curtains. Oh yes, the professor exhibit, isn't it? Would you like to see it? For a mere 5 shillings, that's a special one-time only piece. Price you understand. Nani? This opportunity won't come again, I might add. Wouldn't you like to see the fruits of my labor? Oh well, we do have a rather pressing investigation to carry out. Perhaps we could postpone. The price is a very reasonable 5 shillings. I think you'll find it well worth it. Are you being quite serious, Mr. Sholmes? Sure, you need to only look at my expression to ascertain that this is a seriousness or silliness. I can never tell with you, that's the point. Very well, it couldn't hurt. Here's your 5 shillings. Ah, gratefully received. So, the special exhibit awaits behind the curtain, and I invite you to peruse it at your leisure. We got ourselves another. Interesting. Well, the money's been spent, so let's go see the special exhibit. Through those heavy curtains at last. Alright, let's explore the special exhibit. 5 shillings we had to pay. It doesn't seem right somehow that Mr. Sholmes slipped into the money into his own pocket, does it? No. Ah, we could ask Gina to retrieve it for us, using her special skills. Pickpocketing police officers and diddling detectives. Is that what makes Britain great? Not to mention demigod prosecutors taking the law into their own hands or chip-loving us inspectors. Inspector Gregson comes off rather well in that list, I think. I'm so tired. What the heck? Oh dear, I felt a shiver run down my spine as soon as we walked in here. Mr. Sato, I say we turn our heels and head straight home with a really big confectionery. We certainly can't do that. We paid 5 shillings already. True. Actually, now I'm looking at it a little more closely. We paid good money to see an exhibit that's clearly incomplete. The nerve of the great giggling detective is far more terrifying than anything else in this place. This must be what Mr. Sholmes meant when he said this case was largely solved. Be it as it may, Mr. Sholmes heavily implied there'd be a clue about the engineering here, didn't he? But where? We paid 5 shillings. Let's do 5 shillings worth of our investigation, shall we? Yes, we will get what we paid for. It's that fear of frustration that's making Susato-san's voice tremble. Okay. There's a lot to think about, but we're going to cover that in the next episode because it seems like we have run out of time. Near almost the hour limit. So next time on the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, we're going to be exploring the special exhibit, and hopefully we can get more stuff out of it. I guess I'll see you guys all next time.